Charles, diagnosed with aggressive brain cancer, says goodbye before he loses control of his mind. In a devastating revelation from Buckingham Palace, King Charles has confirmed he's battling glioblastoma multiforme, a rare, fast-spreading brain tumor known to steal memory, speech, and identity. Just months after assuming full royal duties, he now faces the unthinkable, stepping away from the throne as his cognitive functions begin to slip. Why did royal aides notice something was off during recent public appearances? What private conversations has Charles had with William, Camilla, and the Prime Minister? And most haunting of all, what did the king mean when he said he must say goodbye while he still remembers how? This is the heartbreaking unraveling of a reign caught in real time. Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. It began as a whisper, the kind of rumor that first circulates among palace aides, buried in cautious glances and abrupt silences. A cancelled event here, a delayed speech there. Small disruptions, easily dismissed as nothing more than the strain of an aging monarch keeping up with a relentless royal calendar. But something deeper was unraveling behind the polished facade of Buckingham Palace. Something darker, and it would soon explode into the most tragic and jarring royal revelation of the modern era. King Charles III has been diagnosed with an incurable and aggressive brain tumor, glioblastoma multiforme. The nation's sovereign is quietly preparing to say goodbye, not just to his public role, but to his very sense of self. The news has left millions in stunned silence. The very idea that a reigning monarch, newly enthroned and burdened with the weight of a kingdom in transition, could now face an irreversible mental decline has shaken the foundations of Britain's constitutional monarchy. This is not just a personal tragedy for Charles and his family. It is a national crisis, a moment of reckoning for a system built on stability, tradition, and continuity. This story is not only about disease. It's about legacy, vulnerability, and the excruciating awareness that time is no longer an ally. In the coming minutes, we will take you inside the guarded halls of the monarchy, behind palace doors and beneath the formal smiles, to uncover what has really been happening since King Charles first received the diagnosis. You will see how his failing health is altering the royal succession plan, straining already fragile family relationships, and threatening to rewrite the narrative of his reign before it has truly begun. But first, ask yourself this. What does it mean for a king to lose his mind before he loses his crown? Our journey begins with a simple, devastating moment. According to sources close to the palace, it was a private audience with his medical team that confirmed the diagnosis. The king had been suffering from intermittent headaches, subtle lapses in memory, and an increasing struggle with speech. In public, he smiled and waved. In private, he mislaid names, forgot briefings, and grew visibly anxious over details he once commanded effortlessly. A consultation with neurological specialists at a top London hospital led to a battery of tests. The results came swiftly and grimly. Glioblastoma multiforme. Terminal. No cure. Only management. In the face of the news, those present said King Charles responded with a quiet, measured composure. No tears. No outrage. Just a profound stillness. The kind of silence that swells with unspoken grief. He reportedly asked just one question. How long before I forget myself? What followed was a tightly controlled operation to manage information flow. Buckingham Palace went into crisis mode. A communication plan was drafted. Advisors urged discretion. Only the closest family members were informed: Camilla, Prince William, and eventually Prince Harry. The Prime Minister was briefed, as required by constitutional protocol, and the rest of the world was left, for a time, in the dark. But the symptoms were growing harder to hide. During a state event in Scotland, Charles reportedly paused midway through a speech, staring at the teleprompter with confusion before skipping an entire paragraph. Cameras captured the hesitation, though the moment was skillfully edited from national broadcasts. Staff were instructed to lighten the schedule. Events were postponed, engagements restructured. Still, the whispers grew louder. It wasn't just forgetfulness. Insiders noticed increasing irritability, a lack of focus in meetings, and the occasional misspoken name of a foreign dignitary. Private letters showed signs of disjointed grammar. His once spontaneous wit was replaced with longer pauses, searching looks, and prescripted remarks. Within the royal household, aides began preparing for what many feared but dared not say aloud: the mental decline of a sovereign. And that's when the king made his move. Privately, he began recording messages to be